Antonio, hi. You're not on
Hi,
airplanes, so
Roger.
finally I caught you. You're always on airplanes, between airports and on
Luckily,
airplanes. How are you?
good, good. The Spain is good these days. Not
Luckily.
not too hot, not too hot,
Exactly.
not too cold.
Well,
Yeah,
good to
catching
have you again. So you're now based in Spain, right?
down depending on the
So,
business needs, but yeah, it's has been a little more time now in Spain this early year, and yeah, we're focusing on both, as I said, on the real estate design and also on the tech. That is our topic here.
I mean, we were just talking a few minutes ago, Antonio, about how there's a huge need for wellness facilities, right? I mean, if there's going to be 50 hotels and there's one, what is in your like, what is the potentiality of healthier spaces and whether as commercial homes, like what's kind of the health movement, like it's like what are the needs on, but from a real estate, I mean, there's a
Yeah,
lot of transformation. I know, for example, we had Sujit, and he's a feng shui expert. So feng shui now, because like actually the biggest market for UAE real estate is Chinese, and Chinese would not accept to buy unless it's done by feng shui. So now feng shui is part of the mainstream kind of of buildings in the UAE, because if you got a Chinese, if it's not feng shui, they will just walk away. So you lose a whole market. So
mhm.
so there is a demand for healthier spaces, health facilities. Like, yeah. So what is your involvement now in real estate, and yeah, how can we?
So basically, one of the things that is also interesting for the UAE, all the visas that has been changed was the retirement visa program. I think that's also a very interesting point because there is a lot of people are retiring and heading to the UAE, mainly from even Asia, but also Europe, and then it becomes a location that is going to need um, healthier facilities and is going to upgrade the medical side of things for the needs of these retirement plans that a lot of people are going to base their home in Dubai for the kind of end year. So that is a big exercise also because it requires to adapt the real estate to those complexes. I think you probably guys know, but in the US there are like five categories of these retirement homes, and depending on the dependency of the patient, in brackets of user and and kind of tenant or living human inside of that complex. So all of those programs have to be now adapted in the UAE, and that is also a big movement into the real estate. There are certain projects popping up in this space, but we see that more will come, and I think the wellness and the mental health will play also a big role, either big by giving a support to these complexes or as well to provide support to um, these people that are coming into the UAE for retirement.
Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a challenge then for you, because this is what we do, right? So what we do is we create wellness and mental health solutions. And I've done actually very interesting enough. We also have Aiga. Maybe she would like to also contribute to the conversation. I mean, she's planned to come later, but Aiga's here with us. Hi, Aiga. How are you? So Aiga's got a lot of experience also with CSR, right? So corporate social responsibility. And I've done a corporate social responsibility for Majid Al Futaim, actually here in Lebanon a few years ago. And I visited an elderly home. And the campaign was all about elderly homes. And when you think of elderly, there's no one to care to give them enough care at home. That so they're isolated, they're depressed most of the time because they're alone, they're separated from their kids and grandkids and etc., etc. Okay, plus their health is deteriorating, they need support, etc., etc. And I would like to put this, we're turning to, and we started that focus on corporate solutions. Since about, and you were there actually at Melody House. It was in July when we launched. a heartfulness initiative for professionals and organizations. And I think this is the kind of challenge that I would like you to put for Reconnect, to create a model for of course, we're not the architects, you're the architect. So based on the insights, of course, of the solutions that we can provide to the elderly, maybe we can create a model of best practice kind of solution for elderly home. Do we have a deal?
Okay. Yeah, we'll work on it. I think it's definitely a market and there is a need for it. So we draft something. Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna sell myself more now. Okay, I've also done a award-winning project for Red Bull in Bahrain called Melja, and it won Best Brand Experience. And actually, it was a youth home called Melja, means the sanctuary, right? And it was actually an art and culture and music, and we taught kids over 3 years, like gave them workshops and lectures and performance space, and it won Best Brand Experience and Transform Awards UAE 2017. By yours truly. So there you go. You got to trust me with this.
Okay.
We said it's business networking, so at least I want to come out with something out of this, you know.
That's good.
Okay, let's take this. It's a really interesting discussion because, you know, like why does Reconnect operate, right? Why are we here? I told you you came a bit late, because I went through an experience. I'm going to tell you a story. Okay, listen to this. I went to a psychiatric hospital. Okay, over there's another guy locked like me, you know, like locked, as in because I got kidnapped, right? So that guy, he's like maybe 70 years old. He's good in good health, very sharp, very smart guy, and he knows the story exactly. So he told me, he got married. He got 2 boys. The 2 boys got married to 2 women. He built them 2 homes, but he was like, okay, I live with you until between you 2 until I die. Okay, but the guys got married and they didn't want the father, so they put them, you know, in the psychiatric hospital where we met. Right now, if you see so basically, you know, there's 2 options here. I mean, you could have had a home for the father, or you know, you can put them in any elderly home. And you know that the I told you I did this project on elderly home. It was actually a women's elderly home. I'll share with you the video. You cry. We cried for like days. We're doing like a documentary. We cried for days. You know, they're not visited. Like, for example, imagine just a solution of connectivity, right? Like they have to wait for specific times, like once a week, to be able to get a phone. Like just connectivity, right? If they're connected, if they have WhatsApp calls, they can talk to their grandchildren. That makes all the difference in the world, right? Now, when I was sitting with this guy, like, for example, you see that, you know, a lot of people have reached that phase. They've, you know, put on so much effort. And then there are, in a lot of cases, also like, you know, family conflicts, etc. And you see a lot of these people are also, so there's the category of I choose to go to an elderly home because they take better care, and this is where the 5-star luxury probably properties. But then there's the more forced people who have no children, etc., etc. And what they all have in common is that loneliness, isolation, depression, right? So I think we're in the perfect space. And like I said, Reconnect started to create those solutions for such situations. So I hope we will continue this conversation, and I'm sure we will. We always do. It's been 1.5 years, and you've always been an amazing supporter. Actually, our website, when we launched it last year, well, it expired now, so we're renewing it soon. But anyway, Antonio have supported us in the past, you know, it's 2 years, and we got to be grateful for all those who supported us. And Antonio was one of those people who took, you know, decisions to support. He enabled our website to come to life and to survive for 12 months, and now we're in easy renewal, and is always acting as a consultant on the technology front. What's happening on the technology front? Just like last quick question, but what's happening now, so, and what more can we do?
Yeah, I think what we discussed last is in our company we're kind of a B2B focus, but we are trying to enable this Web 3.0 and bringing these spaces that are like a 3D immersive spaces. Many people call it like that metaverse kind of spaces. We try to get away from that specific word because we believe it has far more use that the social or or the aspect that is putting forward by the three big players, I think Meta, Decentraland, or Sandbox, we very much provide a solution for a business for a specific channel that is going to enable, in this case, would be therapists to, for example, create an environment that is going to help healing their patient, or is going to help, could be a group session or it could be an individual session, but to be able to take out of what we are doing now of a one to Zoom or a video call, to put yourself into a space where there is an environment that is probably focusing more yourself into the exercise that the therapist in that case wants to take you through, and the journey that wants to take you through. We have been creating even a demo for one of them, that it was kind of a yoga retreat where you are in the beach, you can see the water, you can see the sand. All of those things is what we believe at some point is going to change in that tech side, the way that mental health as well as wellness is taken care of. Everyone cannot go, for example, as a wellness hub that could be that SHA, for example, in Spain, in Alicante. But if they have a space that is immersive enough for you to experience it, you probably will go through that journey. That is giving an opportunity for connecting, and that's very much, I think, Reconnect to put together a world network of therapists with patients, with people that are in need of that mental health. And I think with technology we can add value, and we always say the same. If we are consultants, I think is to add value, and I believe that can definitely help in the next few years, and we'll see it. It's a journey, because it has to be people has to be educated, people has to see it and experience it, so it takes time. There is a lot of I would say different misleading comments and perceptions about what the virtual could do, and I think it has to be experienced and it has to be explained, and that's, I think, a journey that we are in. And I think Zina, for example, in your exercise, it's some of those things are probably helpful to bring awareness of how tech could help in this chapter as well, wellness and mental health. So yeah, I think we are there, and we are also in a project in Germany. We started a project for kind of a coaching building where you have therapies from nutritionists to psychologists, to bring together a place where you enter there, you can choose and see what is available, what is up to your needs. There are free sessions, there is seminars. Those are going to be the next step, we believe, into the mental health and the wellness, and we are happy to provide and support that journey.